Retired four-star General Jack Keane says drones have dramatically changed the battlefield. Roll tape.
On a normal day, say a battalion of Ukrainians, 500-600 people fighting, in that normal day, they have 400 to 500 drones flying on behalf of that battalion, almost a drone per person.
Really?
So if an enemy soldier appears, they can kill it. If an artillery piece is found or an entire battery, they can kill it. If a tank shows up, they can kill it. That's the reality. The Russians just conducted a 20-vehicle attack over the weekend. They had armored vehicles and tanks. They had 40-something motorcycles, and they had buggies that they were using, all trying to avoid being detected. They knew the tanks would get detected, and they knew the other vehicles, but they wanted these infantry guys, and they're moving it quickly on a battlefield. So I'm surprised by the week and the month in terms of the dynamic change that war is taking.
Yeah, it's all about drones these days. House Foreign Affairs Committee member Congressman Darrell Issa joins us this morning. You know, that's a revolution on the battlefield. Is the U.S. keeping pace in small drone production?
Stuart, thanks for having me on. And the fact is, sort of. Look, we're the king of drones. We have the best technology. And when it comes to the big guys, including the Predator, we dominate. Where we have a problem is where these parts are coming from. Most of these drones are Chinese parts, at least a portion of them, and on both sides. The reality is low-cost, affordable parts are where we're falling behind. So we have the technology, but we can't match the price. And that's one of the areas that's being worked on, particularly here in San Diego, which is the epicenter of drone production in the U.S.
Is there a full court press on increasing drone production? Because, I mean, are we really going to get at this problem? Because it's a big deal.
You know, the Department of Defense, under the Secretary of Defense, on Pete Hegseth, is absolutely gearing up the technology to make low-cost swarming and non-swarming drones. So the answer is yes. Again, Stuart, one of the challenges we're going to have for the short period of time is large volume at low cost. We're really good at high cost solutions, but this war is being fought with $20,000 down to a few $100 drones in massive numbers. And that's teaching us a lesson that you can have lethality at a low cost. Although remember, the king of battle right now in Ukraine is still the 155 howitzer, killing on both sides. So we have to be aware that it's still a mixed combat. And by the way, with President Trump's leadership, we may be able to bring this to an end, which is also part of giving us time to catch up in a lot of these areas, because the next battle may include us.
Okay, change the subject for a second. For decades, raw sewage from Tijuana has been spilling into San Diego's South Bay. Now the U.S. and Mexico have reached an agreement to fix this crisis. Okay, what's being done? When is it going to be fixed? And who's paying?
It's a great question. Look, President Trump is a fool me once, shame on you. This is his second time, and he's learned not to take the deal that for 40 years was being taken here in San Diego, where we each throw in some money, we increase capacity a little bit, and then Tijuana grows and dumps more sewage on us. He's now made a deal that is quantum leap, 100 million gallons of sewage. It's going to be treated in a whole different way. He's used the EPA's might and speed. We're going to have it completely done in less than 2 years. But he's also put some teeth into the fact that Tijuana has to go forward taking responsibility. Remember, most of the problem is occurring north of the border, but all of the sewage is coming from south of the border. And it's not just sewage, it's also chemical dumps, tires. The nature of what the pollution coming from Tijuana is massive. And, you know, even though it's a large trade partner, President Trump is not dealing with it the way any of his predecessors did, or the way he was advised to in the first term.
And why am I not surprised? Congressman Darrell Issa, thank you very much for joining us, sir. We always appreciate it. Thanks very much.